YouTube? Back here with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it.
This is a mathematically accurate rendering of the average American man. He's 5 feet, 9¼ inches tall, 200 pounds, and 26% body fat. He was created by graphic artist Nicolay Lamb to illustrate America's growing obesity crisis. But when I first saw him, another thought crossed my mind. How do I measure up next to this average guy? I think it's something we've all wondered at some point in time. How do I compare to the average man? Am I smarter? Hotter? Better in bed?
I think I'm just
Statistically
average,
speaking,
you
probably think you are.
65%
65% of Americans think they're above average intelligence, 69% above average attractiveness, and 80% think they're above average in bed. Even though logically 80% can't be above average, we still think so. This is due to what's called the better than average effect, a bias that leads us to overrate ourselves in just about everything. Morality, intelligence, our ability to land a plane. But if nearly everyone thinks they're above average in everything, is there a way to really know where we stand? In this video, we're going to break down the stats, the science, and the surprising realities of where the average man really stands, and use those stats to put something together to definitively say if you're actually above average. So, to break down the stats of the average man, we're going to go over 3 categories: appearance, wealth, and relationships. Starting out with the physical attributes of the average man, he is, as mentioned earlier, 5 feet 9¼ inches tall, weighing 199.8 pounds, and is 26% body fat. But he's also 37 years old. Despite being the same height, the average 25-year-old American is 20 pounds lighter than the average 37-year-old, and is only...
That makes sense, though. I mean, that makes sense, though, because, you know, by 37, your metabolism will slow down a whole lot. And you're probably not as active as you was when you're 25. But, like, if I just had to go off of that, I'm probably... Well, height-wise, I'm not going to get it because I'm only 5'8". But I'm lighter than that. My body fat is less than that.
21% body fat, 5% lower than his older counterpart, showing the decline of the average man's body composition as he ages. Another thing that declines with age is the average man's hairline. At 20 years old, the average man has a Norwood 1 hairline, meaning only small amounts of recession at the temples. But by 37, the overall average, the average man has a Norwood 3 hairline, significant temple and corner recession. Although not really part of appearance, strength is something I'm sure you're curious about anyway. So here's how strong the average man is. The average man benches 135 pounds, squats 155 pounds, and deadlifts 175.
I'm cooking these niggas. I'm cooking these niggas. I'm cooking these niggas. Hell nah. 130. No shot. These is average numbers though. This seems a little too, like, it seems like a little too low. Maybe. There's no way that that's average though. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But I'm crushing in every single category.
This may seem low to some of you, but when you account for the fact that only 23% of Americans go to the gym,
that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. The last part of appearance
is what I think I hit. Recently, I hit, 235 on the bench. Then I hit 425 for squat. Yeah, 425 for squat. And I'm like currently like 315-ish on a deadlift. Which, actually no, it's more than 315. It's like 335-ish.
Discuss
you gotta work on the deadlift.
Is the schlong. The average man is 5.36 inches long, according to a meta-analysis using lengths measured by researchers.
Yeah,
notably,
I can't
a full inch shorter than the average self-reported length. Moving on to wealth, the income of the
I don't even know. I couldn't tell you. Like that shit, Matt, like niggas really like measure they shit, like actually like get the tape just measured. That's crazy.
Average American man is $65,752 per year before taxes. This will obviously vary depending on age though. These are the average annual incomes in America by age cohort. Young men, as expected, earn less than their older counterparts, with earning power peaking around 50 before gradually declining until retirement. In addition to income, we need to look at the average man's net worth. Despite the earning power of the American population being quite good, the net worth of Americans is not as high as you might expect. $270K with retirement right around the corner is a pretty tough spot to be in, and when we look at the cash savings of the average American man, around $5,300, we begin to see the average man is just getting by financially. The last category to discuss is relationships. They're the primary motivator behind almost everything the average man does. He gets in shape to attract women, works a job to support a family. They're why he does what he does. But how well is it working? How successful is the average man with women? Well, this is the timeline of the average American man. The average man has his first kiss at 15 years old. Around 17, he loses his virginity. He eventually gets married at 30, and he'll have 2 children in the following years.
So the average first kiss is, what do you say, 12? Hold up.
First kiss at 15 years old.
15. Where the fuck I get 12 from? Dumbass. Nah, my first kiss was way before that.
Around 17, he loses his virginity. He eventually gets married at 30.
At that point, getting married at 30, I can see it. It make a lot more sense, but I can see it.
And he'll have 2 children in the following years. He'll experience intimacy with 7 partners by the end of his life.
Damn, 7? That makes sense. For average, makes sense. Yeah, we might be a little...
And around 54 times a year throughout his adult life. When single, he'll experience intimacy with 1 new partner a year, but he's in a relationship more than he's not. There's been a movement recently pushing the idea that dating is over for the average man, but I'm not so sure about that. Looking at the statistical averages, the average man's dating life isn't actually that bad.
I mean, it's not, but at the same time, like, that is kind of like, women are running laps. Women are running laps, and the top percentage of men are running laps against the average man. Like, it's not even close. But dang, so but if that's your whole lifetime and you've been in a relationship, so that's like a solid, let's just say the person dies at like 75. That's like a solid 40 plus years of your life, almost, that you've been in a relationship or relationships. I'm guessing that their lifetime partners is like their relationships in a sense. But,
Anyways, that's all the numbers. So let's get to the fun part. Let's figure out if you are actually above average. Taking the stats of the average man, I put together a program that takes your stats and cross-references them with the average man to evaluate your personal sexual market value. The program takes your stats and adjusts them to be relative to your age, and then returns the exact percentile you rank among the population, with the average man mapped perfectly to the 50th percentile, definitively letting you know whether you're above or below average.
you could reach the 87%.
And by how much, at least as far as SMV goes. I also built an option to get a detailed report that gives you specific insights into your percentile, like your exact looks, career, and physique scores.
Now, if we could like take a picture and like put that joint in there, I think that would be go crazy in that joint. But I mean, I just kind of feel like this, like, part of it is like a curiosity thing, but also part of it too is just like, just be the best version of yourself. All that is trying to be better than average shit don't really matter. Just do what's best for you, what makes you happy, what makes you thrive and succeed. Like, you don't need to try and live up to something, try to be better than average. If you're just working on yourself, you're naturally just gonna do that regardless. So it's just like, I mean, it's cool informational wise. Like it's something that like, oh, hey, look, I didn't even know such and such. I didn't know that this was a thing. But like outside of that, it's just like, it's too. You can't some things you can't like. Something you can't really put into stats in a sense. But
as well as a personalized improvement plan. I spent months putting this thing together, and it's by far the most accurate assessment of yourself you can get out there. It's absolutely free. The first link in the description. Check it out. Leave a comment letting me know what you got, and I'll see you in the next one.
I got pretty women showing titties like I'm Flacco. I came in a hard top, I'm still in the drop.